Hey, what's up everyone? I hope you're all having a wonderful time. Today I have a very quick video here going over some different ways I've been doing to get some currency in Path of Exile 2 and something that you hopefully didn't know about and can start to take advantage of. Now, first of all, jumping right at it, the first thing is going to be, of course, picking up normal white stellar amulets. And these sells for around 100 exalts or even more right now, and it's probably one of the easiest way of getting some currency early on. And the reason they are so expensive right now is that people are using them to use chance swords on them and basically gambling in hoping of hitting that Estermentis amulet that everyone wants for their attribute stacking Hoa builds. And this seems to start to drop at around level 25, so you do have a chance of getting them while leveling as well, which is really great. So do keep an eye out for that and also make sure that your item filter is highlighting them. And for a second tip here is going to be once you get to maps, and it's going to involve with tablets. Now, if you don't care that much about mid-maxing your atlas or your maps here basically, you might just want to just use your transmutes and augments on everyone here, and you can then hopefully hit some good ones with some good mods on them. Now, breach tablets are in probably the highest demand, and it's a very popular way of people getting currency and farming them. And if you manage to get one with, example, quality on items found on it, it can be worth a lot of currency for those that actually try to mid-max their atlas here. But for the casual, getting those extra divines can be really huge instead. Now, for the last tip here that I have is going to be also my favorite, and also what I've been doing to get most of my currency for my attribute stacking build I'm going to be playing here, and that's going to be flipping breach rings. Now, for this method, it do require you to have some basic understanding on what's popular and also what people actually are playing, right? And also some currency to start out with as well. And this is not going to be like a fast way of obtaining your currency, but it do give you some passive income basically. Bridge rings for most beasts are going to be like the end game version of the rings that you want to aim for, and the power of them is of course that you can quality them up to 50%, and which is, if you just compare it to normal rings, is only going to be 20, so it's a huge boost here for a lot of builds. Overall, I spent between 10 to 60 exalts per ring basically when I buy them, and then you just want to try and find those without quality on them. And what I think is happening is that because PoE2 has so much new players, and when they are checking out if a ring is worth something, they are comparing it with other breach rings with the same stats and not taking the quantity in consideration basically. Now, here's some combinations that you can look for, and basically if you go to PoE trade and then you go and search for breach rings, you want a rare ring, and I usually go with quality 0 quality, and corruption 0, and whatever you want to put to buy out on basically a max buyout. And yeah, something I've been looking for, like all attributes and then plus strength, int, or dexterity for example, is some combinations. And if you just take a look on like my rings here, so these rings have quite high attributes, right? 48 and 46 int, and that's because we have put attributes modifier on these rings, right? You also have like rings with high attack damage on them, like elemental for example. Here I have lightning damage for example, and then you can just search for something with extra fire damage as well. You can search, and you can. This ring also really nice. It also has the leech physical attack damage as life. That's also count as an attack basically. So if you do put attack modifiers here on this ring, it will boost both of these rings, both of these stats, the attack damage and also the physical attack damage as life, which is really funny. And I actually have a clip here of another one that I made, which is it also had the fish damage taken as mana, and it boosted all 4 of those stats basically from one attribute modifier, right, for the quantity there. So you can do some really nice things with this. Another really popular thing is, of course, if you do take, for example, lightning damage once again, you can then take elemental resist and also lightning resist. And if you search, now there wasn't one available right now, so it's probably too high with the lightning damage. You can see if there is a lower one. Let's see what we get here. So here, for example, it's a tier 8, so that's pretty high. With the lightning damage, you have all elemental resist and also lightning resist. And if you do put lightning quality on this ring, it will boost both the attack, all elemental, and also lightning resist all at the same time. So it's 3 modifiers that gets the value when putting them in here with this ring. So you can find some really fun interactions and combinations to really take advantage of this. There are of course a lot of other fun interactions that you can find here, like mana stacking is something that's really popular, right, with Archmage and stuff like that, playing Mom. So if you have flat mana, for example, with mana regen, that works really great. Life regen and life is something that's been quite popular as well. Playing the demon form, right? Then you need a lot of life regen, so that's something that's seen as well. Also, there's quite a bit of things that you can find out and try, and also like rarities, another stats that's been really popular, right? Everyone wants rarity on their gear, so if you find a good combo with rarity on it, that can also be worth quite a bit of currency, of course. And then also, of course, what makes these rings so strong also, when you got something like this, for example, and then you combine that with the ingenious belt, of course, you get increased bonuses gained from equipped rings. That's also really like why people really want to grab those breach rings to push those stats to crazy numbers, right? So I get some insane value from this, and yeah, breach rings, really fun method of getting some passive income basically. I have some extra clips on some sales here that will run in the background, but I would also like to hear from you if you have some great tips on what you've been doing to obtain some currency in the current state of PvE2 early access. Feel free to share them in the comments below, and if you stuck through the whole video, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you found this video helpful, and with that said, I'll see you in the next one. Bye!